Hi, my name is Temi. I finished Academy in June 2022. At the moment, I'm working for a fintech startup called Belong. We're in the process of launching our product, so it's a really exciting time. But I grew up with, I guess, a passion for just understanding how things work, and that's something that's followed me all the way through. It developed into creating things as well. Interestingly, I was really interested in aviation, and I wanted to be a pilot growing up. And still do actually. And so that led me, of course, to study aerospace engineering. I think it was in my third year that we had a module, and it was called Introduction to Object-Oriented Programming. And we were looking at Java. And I remember sitting in a lecture. It was one of the first lectures I had for that module. And my lecturer, she was doing a live demonstration of code up on the screen. And something just clicked for me. Here someone was literally just writing an instruction to a computer, and then things were happening. And for me, that was like, it was just a really pure form of creation. And suddenly my mind just exploded, and I was like, wait, so all of the software that I use, that I interact with daily, all of the software that runs the financial systems we use, the adverts on TV, all of these things that are so ingrained in our lives are literally just instructions written to a computer. And I fell in love with programming for that reason. It was just the quickest way to go from a thought to a thing. And from that moment, then I set myself on a journey to one day end up in tech. Work is much more than your technical ability and the skills that you have, but also your ability to communicate, your ability to use those skills to serve your colleagues and the company you're in, the ability to work well and understand yourself and understand how you best relate with others, how you like to work, all of these things. And so for me, Academy represented the most holistic approach. Most boot camps are interested in teaching you how to code. Academy, I would say, is more focused around teaching you how to become. Before I started Academy, I didn't really have a lot of exposure to what I'll call the social side of being a programmer, which is that you're not just in a room somewhere developing something, and you're not just developing because you feel like, but actually you're working in a team of people with a specific aim, with accountability, people you're accountable to, with other stakeholders who are interested in the solution. And that requires being able to talk about your code. It requires being able to share understanding, transfer knowledge. It requires being able to actually ask questions and go and get the knowledge when you don't have it. So that's probably one of the main things I came to understand during my time at Academy, that programming it's a social experience. You're writing, the computer is the last person you're writing for. One way in which you can nurture junior talent is by giving responsibility, and giving responsibility early. I think my progression is a testament to that fact. Junior developers and junior team members can do more than you think they can. Absolutely. We talk about the skills gap. Generally, I think for most companies, hiring a junior, it requires a lot of resource. And for some companies, depending on the situation, that can be risky. You'd rather have someone that can come in and do the job straight away, and perhaps who's acquainted with all your tech stack and has experience behind them. I think what Academy do really well is the legwork for the companies, so that they don't have to worry about that. And by abstracting that away, companies can have the assurance that, okay, if I'm hiring a junior, they can sort of hit the ground running and start delivering value sooner. In terms of diversity, I think Academy's model also works well because they understand diversity. And diversity is, of course, it's gender, of course, it's ethnicity, but it's also background in terms of the way you think, what kind of education you've had as well. And Academy do a really, really good job of selecting people from all sorts of different backgrounds. My cohort was colourful, to say the least. But that's not something that happens overnight, right? That's taken a lot of time, it's taken a lot of research.